this just in! Another YouTuber caught in a crypto scam! Oh, crap! Do you know who Logan Paul is?
No!
Yeah, I had never heard of him either. Turns out he really likes crypto a lot and is dumb. Extremely stupid. Or at least that's what he wants you to think. I don't know exactly. Regardless, Logan Paul has yet again done it. He's back in the YouTube news, and this time it wasn't for going to Japan and disrespecting the entire culture and then filming a dead body and putting it in a YouTube video.
Hey, what's that up there?
Yeah. Bet you never been this close to a celebrity before, huh?
This time, it was for a crypto project called CryptoZoo.
I'm not a scammer like Logan Paul, I'm a clown.
I got a buddy, his name is CryptoZoo. Have you heard of him?
Yes! Yes!
He's basically a guy from the 1920s, or at least he dresses like it. But he also has this crazy $10 million studio, which is a lot of money. He does these really great in-depth investigative reporting videos on YouTube. Well, who am I kidding? He's just a gossip channel, actually, according to Logan Paul. The dude is incredible though, not Logan Paul, CryptoZoo. But for now, we'll go back to Logan Paul and his massive CryptoZoo failure. So what is this CryptoZoo thing that has had Logan Paul go from selling prime to committing crime? Well, it's a project, crypto project. That's a red flag already right there, my friends. But Logan put $1 million into this project. It's an NFT thing. You can hatch these eggs to make passive income. Sounds to me immediately like a scam. Literally sounds like an actual scam. Anytime you make passive income, it just seems like that income is coming from someone else's money, which is the basis of like a Ponzi scheme. And there's a lot of crypto that goes around. So immediately, you know, people are like, what? What is he doing? Why are all these influencers and creators promoting crypto? It never ends well, especially not in the last couple months. In my opinion, everything that has to do with crypto is just shady as fuck in general, especially if it's a massive project that an influencer is posting generally. Because for every person that believes in crypto or the thing that they're making, the project that they're working on, there's 50 that just want to pump and dump and make money off it because it's such a speculative asset where you can just create wealth out of nowhere. Well, by scamming people. But anyways, bit of a setup here. You know CryptoZoo, you know Logan Paul. You've probably seen these 3 videos floating around the internet as of late. It's an insane documentary style series of videos that Coffee made to basically expose this entire crypto thing, and it paints Logan as this crazy scammer who just simply doesn't know how to run a crypto project.
Logan Paul just launched CryptoZoo, his latest crypto project, and I need to get you up to speed. Basically, it's looking like what happens when you give a 5-year-old some Photoshop, some photos mashed together, and somehow they sell it for millions of dollars.
Or even more nefariously, that he is literally just a scammer and that's it. It's a very entertaining series. I suggest you guys go watch it. And there's so many juicy bits of chum to suckle from in this in this whole plethora of just vomit of entertainment that was just spewed onto the internet a few weeks ago. I wanted to make a video on it earlier, but I figured it'd be best to wait for Logan's response, which has taken way longer than I thought, especially for what little he said in his response, which just dropped like an hour ago, which is, yeah, I'm on this. The series exposing the CryptoZoo failure basically starts with Coffee immediately contrasting Logan's claims with the reality of the situation.
It's a really fun game that makes you money.
A fun game that earns you money? How much did you guys make from CryptoZoo?
Then after that, Coffee got into a call with a bunch of folks who were financially invested in CryptoZoo, and they talked about how much money they lost.
I lost around $50,000 in CryptoZoo.
I lost $40,000.
I lost around $15,000 US dollars.
I lost $25,000.
$120,000.
$500,000.
Been there, had a little run with some shit coins about early last year. Fun as hell. Extremely fun, but literally gambling. And so insidious in every single way. And this goes all the way up to a man who lost $500,000 on CryptoZoo. Why would you do that? Are you really dumb? And I'm not saying this is the investor's fault necessarily, but maybe I am a little bit because that's dumb as hell, dude. Don't do that. Why'd you do that?
I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Oh, because it was Logan Paul. You trusted him. Oh, that makes sense. And that seems to be the big problem with all of this, especially the problem that I have with it. Okay, guys? I don't like it when influencers use their influence to get people to do things that are bad. It's fine to occasionally, you know, like raid the National Guard armory or something along those lines. Or maybe buy some merch or shirts or, I don't know, sell a fake deed to some land in Scotland. It's all in good fun usually, but then $15,000 to $500,000, it starts to get more complicated. That's where the problem is for me. The influence and the dichotomy of that with the likelihood of these poor saps spending their money. Idiots, to be fair. Very dumb. I wouldn't recommend it. But still, they're the victims. And as it goes, like you know, for every investment, there are just as many winners as there are losers. And with CryptoZoo, pretty much everyone who invested in it is a loser, not the people who made it, the dev team specifically. This crypto thing was basically rigged from the start. So what exactly is CryptoZoo? I know I explained it a little bit and it sounds dumb as but I'll go ahead and go a little bit more in depth here. Logan Paul helped create a crypto project called
CryptoZoo.co.
There were problems from the very beginning. In Coffee's videos, it was revealed that there were eggs that weren't hatching, which apparently that's a major part of this whole dumb thing.
Wait, you can't even hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture. There's nothing I could do with it.
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
There's nothing I could do with it. You could ask any of those community guys. That's basically worth nothing whatsoever.
The website simply wasn't working and people couldn't pay out to access their funds. They couldn't cash out. And the problem with it was the claim was there were hatchable eggs. You could make money through passive income and turn your animals into coins. It sounds like an infinite money glitch to me, which is also just layman for a scam. Or it's just a fun little egg sex game. Animalistic horrors beyond your comprehension. The eggs sucked. The animals were just free assets basically in stupid photoshops. When they were combined, it looked dumb as hell to me. I saw this a long time ago. Oh, also the ding dong thing. Logan Paul is a crypto ding dong thing. All this crypto shit makes me so mad, dude. I hate crypto with a burning passion. And there were claims that they worked initially, but they really just didn't work, according to Coffee and all of his research.
Wow. So on launch day, basically nothing worked. And a year later, that's still true. Now, after this was discovered, the price of Zoo fell 63% in just 24 hours.
I can't believe I couldn't hatch my monkey, dog, bat, squirrel, human hybrid. That sounds like a Neanderthal. I could have made at least $10 off of this monstrosity. So, seems like a good idea to me, at least. But it went wrong. How could it possibly go wrong? Logan himself said that he invested $1 million into it before it even launched to have it developed, which is standard for a project.
We put hundreds of thousands of dollars in it. Personally, the whole team, $1 million.
And also before it even launched, people bought $2.5 million of eggs on day one, which is wild. Before there's even a product ready.
I hope you're hungry for nothing.
Which, if you could even call that a product, I'd be, willingly surprised. Not reluctantly surprised, but willingly surprised. And then it went wrong. But how? It went horribly wrong. But how? How could it go so horribly wrong? They hyped up Hatch Day, which was supposed to be when the game really was actually officially ready for real launch.
Not too much of this is out, but he's been working on a massive project.
And one of them will be the biggest thing I ever do. It's like my life and soul is put into this project, which is where most of my time these days goes.
And Hatch Day happened, and what do you know? The game that you're supposed to be playing and making passive income, you can't withdraw your money from. That sucks.
There was no way to claim your yield. There never was.
People who invested in the game were unable to touch their NFTs and their eggs or whatever. It makes me sick to my stomach even thinking of it. It's so dumb. Without access to their eggs, people sat there, lost thousands upon thousands of dollars during the hatching season.
My name is Rob, Helicopter Bob, lost just under $7,000 with CryptoZoo.
How could that have gone wrong, And during all this, as you probably could imagine, it being an investment, the price tanked. Logan Paul went radio silent, except for 2 messages in his Discord.
But Logan only speaks in the Discord twice over the next year to say, quote, sober, currently shaking my head, and yo.
And then backlash followed. Following the radio silence, as you can imagine, the backlash tends to build. And the CryptoZoo team kept promising that Logan would make an announcement any day now, some kind of marketing thing to get everything back up and running, because that's how crypto works.
And they kept saying that Logan's going to market the project and it's going to change everything.
So now imagine their surprise when another clip surfaces of Logan finally admitting this secret project isn't CryptoZoo at all.
Also, to be clear, I don't actually know if this is a scam. I didn't do the research like Coffee did. I'm just stealing his shit here. To me, I don't know if it seems like a scam exactly. There's definitely some scammers that were a part of it for sure. But is Logan Paul a scammer? I don't know. Is he dumb? Probably, yeah. Is CryptoZoo a terrible, horrible, dog shit idea? Yes, for sure, in my opinion. Complete, terrible, dumb idea. Maybe one of the worst ideas ever. But is it prime to crime? I don't know. We'll see. We'll let the SEC decide on that eventually.
I'll tell you about this project when we get closer to launch. This project of mine is going to be...
Is that the thing with the egg? Like the zoo?
No.
Okay,
This one's
gonna be this will be the craziest I've ever done.
Then True Jordy would have him on his podcast before the whole drama with him, and Logan would claim that he's not the bad guy, which maybe not the bad guy, dumb guy for sure.
How does it make you feel when people are doing these takedown videos about your NFT projects previously?
It's sad because of what I just said. There's so much going on behind the scenes. Like, Doug, I'm not the bad guy here.
Yeah.
There's some actual out there.
And up until this point, we know that you're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes, and that's what's frustrating everybody. There's a tension building. There's a reason why Coffee's videos did so well. Not because it's like this next big dirt on Logan. It's because this shit has consequences. If you f people over, whether you meant to or not, there's consequences for everyone. Me included, when I inevitably scam you all. Because I'm a YouTuber, I have to eventually, I think. So yeah, basically after all this, everyone hates Logan now. His comments are ruined, all right? And everything is up. Like, it's terrible. Meat Canyon made an animation and it's just...
Yeah.
Oh, I love Meat Canyon so much, dude. His animation's awesome. Look at Logan Paul's nipples.
Nah, it's okay. Go ahead. You can look.
Incredible. They look similar to mine, which is weird. POV, Logan Paul robs you in an alley.
He's the best. I love him.
And generally Meat's animations are supposed to be jokes, but this one's a little realistic. It's a little too close to home for my liking. Up until this point, we've basically just been fitting on Logan, which is a fair thing to do, I feel like, but there are other moving parts in this whole thing. It's a project, after all, with multiple people working on it, developers, etc. And in a Twitter space, Logan claims that a lead developer of CryptoZoo fled to Switzerland and held the code hostage for $1 million.
We had an issue with CryptoZoo where our lead developer took the code that he made, fled to Switzerland, and like held it hostage for $1 million. Like,
what? A lead developer? Maybe you should vet your lead developers a little bit better. That seems dumb. So is this where the $1 million the team claimed that they had personally invested went? Because it certainly doesn't look like any of that money was spent on making these stock image creatures any more realistic or unique than they are, which is just two stock image assets combined. It's incredible. It's mind-bogglingly stupid. Yeah, then Coffee decided to just go ahead and find the guy that fled to Switzerland and took the $1 million and interview him.
The first thing I wanted to do was hunt down this developer, who we'll be calling Z here, and find out the truth of what happened. Why did he steal Logan's code for $1 million? However, I finally got a hold of him.
This guy's side of the story is vastly different than Logan's, as you can probably imagine. In fact, this dude said that him and his team of 30 engineers he hired that had a $50,000 a week burn rate, that's how much money they spent a week, which is a lot. They basically claimed that they hadn't seen a dime from the beautiful, handsome blonde man known as Logan Paul.
He literally never paid me anything at all, ever. I never paid. And, we got to a point when I was working on it where I just realized they were just going to try to steal all of my work and not pay me. And so I took all of the source code private.
Yeah, these are insanely serious accusations, and even Coffee said as much in his video.
Now, obviously, these are big accusations, which is why I wanted to confront Logan Paul on this.
So he tried to, as one would do, get into contact with Logan and his team or someone.
But unfortunately, we're not exactly on speaking terms.
But Logan blocked him on Twitter, which makes sense. So instead,
there was someone who might know just as much about this whole story.
He tried to get into contact with Jeff, Logan's manager. And he actually had his phone number, and then he's basically legally threatened to not run the story.
Telling you, once again, from a legal standpoint, you have to report truth. If you do not verify truths, then you're just allegations, and those then will be handled the way that we want to handle it.
Wait, so you're saying you refuse to give me proof that the allegations aren't true, but if I report on the allegations, you guys might sue?
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
I'm trying to read between the lines.
Don't read between the lines.
Okay.
Which makes sense because it's going to destroy Logan Paul's reputation. I mean, and everyone involved. It's just what's going to happen. It's wild though. And it gets way juicier. Way juicier. Logan Paul's inner circle sprung a bit of a leak. There were leaked texts from a group chat. The dev team.
Logan, you stole 40 million in tokens from me. You are a scam artist. You are a liar, and you betrayed your own community. You aren't that guy. Logan replies, "Oh, Jake, trust me, bro. I am that guy."
And we can see from the inception of the idea of CryptoZoo, it was basically just a clone built to imitate another crypto project.
Our 4 suspects, Logan, Crypto King, Eddie, and Jeff, are in a group chat discussing CryptoZoo, which starts as a copy of something else. Quote, "I like imitating crypto kitties," Jake the Crypto King says. Logan replies, "I agree." And initially, it wasn't called CryptoZoo at all. It was called Crypto Pets, and they were going to sell a Pets token.
And Jake, aka Crypto King, even voiced his concerns regarding the project and its legality. The existence of it, the legality of it. It's crazy.
You can say the timing was bad and it was inappropriate to sell, but the reality is I bought tokens open market and sold them open market. So there was nothing illegal about that. Ethically, arguable. The rest that Logan did to me was ethically wrong and illegal.
In a roundabout way, Logan and his team are essentially admitting to wanting as much money as possible without attracting legal attention. They're just trying to find the path of least resistance to make money off crypto, provide a unique product, whatever, without breaking the law. Because, you know, you just do what works and then you just do it again and then you change it a little bit, you do it again. It's just how everything works pretty much, in crypto especially. In spite of all this, the launch and everything went very well for the crypto. Just kidding. There was a mole. There was an imposter among them. I was going to say among us, but among them that caused the market cap of the crypto, like I mentioned, it just crashed. The market cap went from $130 million to $26 million in 2 hours. That's a loss of $104 million.
It's not cool to watch.
At this point, the group chat that we mentioned turns into a fucking game of Among Us, literally. Something sus happened, and Logan thinks that there was an imposter in their midst. The chaos that ensued resulted in the chat basically turning on each other, and some of them were sitting in malicious silence, cackling like creatures of the night.
How did anyone get this token except for us, and none of us sold?
In my opinion, when there's money involved in a project, and it's a project that is essentially just made to make as much money as possible and take advantage of like a cultural shift, crypto, there's probably going to be some backstabbing going on. People get real greedy, and when the floor gets a little shifty, they just start selling. And all these messages, this guy Crypto King was trying to downplay the severity of everything.
Crypto King deflects the question by saying, "My buyer pushed it back up to $40 million. And Logan says, "No, bro, F your buyer. Explain to me what just happened and how there were 30 token holders." And Jake tries to explain that this was just traders and bots happening to find the token.
It turns out he was the one who out-invested everyone, and he was just an advisor for the thing. But he put all his money in it. Not a good guy. He got
From my blockchain analysis across his blacklisted tokens he got back and the tokens that he had squirreled away the whole time, he ended up making $6 million.
Coffee's a genius and understands all this stuff to a level which I never will, and I never really want to be honest.
He did this by sending out tokens from these larger wallets to dozens of smaller wallets, selling it, and then sending the money to final cash out wallets.
You know, when even Andrew Tate, a known rapscallion of the world, really, I mean, he's detained for allegations way worse than this. He says he just wants to help his fans and says the idea of a child spending all their allowance on a coin just to lose their money would keep him up at night. That's why he never launched a crypto.
Becoming a Tate fan is a life hack to improving your life. You cannot possibly lose by listening to me in any regard. Yeah. Whereas with a crypto coin, some people will lose money. And I can't sleep at night knowing that my fans lose money. I don't want that. I'm not a scammer. I'm not one of these. I'm not Logan Paul. I don't sell crypto pump and dumps. I'm not a piece of shit.
I mean, it's hilarious. And Andrew Tate actually went after Logan Paul and said he was like a scammer. It's crazy. As for the whole scamming thing, is he a scammer? I don't know. Legally, I don't know if you're allowed to say that. But there wasn't even really a product, much less a working product at the time of launch. And the intention from the start was to make as much money as possible, and there was a mole within and it all failed and crumbled. So does that make you a scammer? I don't know. What do you think? Yet again, to be clear, It all looks really bad for Logan, but I will wait until the dust has settled and everything has gone down to make my final judgments. I'm not gonna hold anything against him if he can be completely exonerated. Is that possible? Probably not. I'd like to see what he says. And he did just respond. We'll get into that in a moment. So the dust has settled a little bit since Coffee's videos were all released, and as you can imagine, the response from Logan has changed. There's been just a couple little tweetings, little mentions here and there, bazinga, bazinga, bazoinga. Oh, and then lo and behold, Logan gets back on his Discord for CryptoZoo. Says, long time no see. Hope y'all have a wonderful knee. We'll start 2023 with a bang. Then Demonphoric says, hope you can repair everything. He said, I am. I don't know what that means. That's not what you say to someone who says, hope you can repair everything. You should say, I will, or I think I can, not I am. Overall, the reaction from users and just people in general has not been ideal. Coffee is basically directly responsible for everyone getting their money back, hopefully. If that's what happens, maybe some people will get their money back and maybe Logan will repair everything. But would he have done that if Coffee didn't make a 3-part series on it? Probably not. Doesn't seem like it. Then we are in 2023. It's just a couple days ago. Logan invited Coffee on his podcast. Coffee already invited Logan on his show, but I don't think Logan's going to go on that. He would never do that. He wants to have him come face to face. He wants to use the intimidation tactic, which is pretty smart, honestly. It's pretty much all he has left. Try to make Coffee look like a rat or something like that. But also, like I mentioned earlier, Logan blocked Coffee on Twitter, which is hilariously ironic because that's stupid. It's kind of like you wouldn't invite. It doesn't seem like he's actually. And today, finally, Logan fully put to rest the rumors that he is a scammer. He destroyed the allegations. A bunch of suspense. It took a couple weeks to respond, but he finally did, and he put everything to rest, guys. I'm on Logan's side here. I've got to say, I mean, this is a good response video.
CoffeeZilla. I watched her 3-part series called Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money.
He's got this weird Last Week Tonight vibe with John Oliver, but it's Logan Paul and it's just weird, and I don't know, dude. The fact that he waited this long and built this much suspense just to say what he said in his video is mind-boggling to me. Like,
Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation. So in this video today, I'm gonna be defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from an investigator to a gossip channel.
He either is really talking to lawyers and is being extremely careful and has to be, he had to make a response like this because he might implicate himself, or he is about to launch another coin, right? He's building suspense and he's building, I think that might, no, I'm just kidding. That's fucking stupid.
And he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance.
It's kind of funny too, because Logan compares Coffee to Keemstar, which, I mean, maybe they both cover the news and they both kind of talk about stuff, but people really like CoffeeZilla a lot. He's an extremely likable guy. He's been around for a while and he's just made amazing content, and Keemstar has been in a lot of controversy. I've talked to him twice on the Some Ordinary podcast. He was really nice to me. I have nothing against him particularly. I don't really know his past all that well, but there's a lot of people that know his past super well and hate him. It's just a weird comparison, is my point. The whole apology, or is it even, it's not even an apology video. The whole response video is just attacks of Coffee's character.
Coffee, you interviewed the developer who stole the game code, fled to Switzerland, and held it hostage for $1 million. Well, his name is Zach Kelling. Surely, as the internet detective that you proclaim to be, you would know that he spent time in prison for multiple felonies, one for aggravated robbery, armed robbery at a liquor store, and the other for, surprise, obstructing the legal process.
Not a single moment, yeah, I was stupid to allow my name to be associated with these fools and idiots that I'm about to blame everything on. Not a single moment of anything that's relatable. Just a rich piece of shit proving that he is in fact a rich piece of shit. Then Logan also reveals that Zachary only had 3 engineers working under him and not 30.
I guess among many things, it doesn't surprise me that he lied about having 30 engineers and a $50,000 a week burn rate.
On my end, I have 30 engineers. I'm earning $50,000 a week.
Then he fires a shot at Coffee and says if he had any real journalistic integrity, he would vet his sources' backgrounds and the truthfulness of their information that they've been providing before running. And then Logan sounds like a disappointed father by calling Coffee by his first name.
Because even if you're lying to yourself, Steven, you still have to believe it.
Kind of bizarre, but still no taking accountability or responsibility for any of it. So just blaming shit on Coffee and blaming shit on everybody else, which is very, you think you would have learned from having the worst apology video of all time, literally ever on YouTube. You think you would learn that the best thing to do is take responsibility for everything up and then trying to set your story straight after that, after you take responsibility. But this is where I've got to stop myself, because at this point, Logan does take some responsibility.
And I know what you're thinking. What type of idiot would work with an unsavory individual like Zach Kelling? I guess that's what I get for trusting the team that I relied on to vet and manage Eddie's hiring process, who has turned out to be a professional con man that I have since learned fooled billionaires, the Mormon Church, the owner of the New York Yankees, and now me.
Then, after all this criticism of himself, he passes the blame to everyone else again.
And surely you knew Emilio, the gentleman who supposedly let his child invest in a cryptocurrency, was allegedly responsible for 2 rug pulls before you interviewed him.
In reality, all these shady ass pieces of shit that Logan has surrounded himself with, it's amazing that he has any money at all left. Does he? Does he have any money at all? Is Prime even real? Is it even liquid? Is it dry? This is crazy. Like, saying this is just so crazy. It's not his fault, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not my fault. I'm just an idiot. That's all. Now, I will say one of the most interesting parts of his response is the refutation of the claim that Coffee made that the eggs never hatched. All right, which I heard that as well on Twitter. There's no necessarily real proof of that.
Yeah, 1 second of research would prove that to be false, as you can definitely hatch eggs and even breed your animals.
Click on that. Oh, we got a duck.
And as you pointed out in your fine print, cross-hatching was available on ETH at one point, but you perpetuated the opposite as truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way, Guy, almost all NFTs are just pictures.
No, it's just a picture.
That's an interesting little thing there, I thought. That's about the only piece of information, is potentially refutable in this entire thing that Logan provided. And then he threatens him with legal recourse.
And surely a real internet detective would not break criminal and civil laws in trying to get information, right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission?
Apparently that's an invasion of privacy, but I think that's all irrelevant if you are committing a crime. So we'll let the SEC decide on that one. Because if you sign an NDA, basically, you can't disclose any information unless there's a crime committed. That's just, everything is, privacy is not important when there's crimes being committed. We'll let the government decide on that. The courts, the people, the jury, the judge, the executioner. Me. I lied about being the only good point in this entire video. Another good point that Logan brings up is that him and Jeff never actually sold any of their CryptoZoo coins. They definitely should have.
While myself and Jeff sold nothing and made nothing as verified through investigation and the blockchain.
Jeff, Logan's manager, to my knowledge, never sold. Neither did Logan Paul.
I repeat, Jeff and I made no money and will never make any money on CryptoZoo. In fact, we only lost money trying to pick up the pieces.
So if they never sold and they never made any profit, is it technically a scam? Interesting. I guess that would be a weird shaped pyramid if the very top is at the bottom. Logan also mentioned that he was one who had everything stolen from him as well, and that he was betrayed in the project. And Coffee was the one that published a defamatory hit piece. Which that sucks, man. But also, what about everyone else who invested in it and lost thousands of dollars? What about all the people who lost their money on your product that you promoted and didn't vet? And just like, what about all those people? What about all the people? What about the real victims? You're not a victim. You're not a victim, dude. You're just a idiot. Despite this response, no apologies to be found, no level of accountability being taken here, no level of responsibility being taken here, no apology to investors, no apology to anyone who was misled or anyone who lost money. Coffee has yet to develop a full response to this. I'm waiting for that. I'm extremely excited. And to top it all off, he announced a launch for CryptoZoo in 2023 or 2024, which is hilarious. It's like a dumpster fire now. And the only reason that it's launching is because CoffeeZilla made a 3-part series absolutely destroying it. We'll see. Is it a scam? I don't know. Probably not. Did people get scammed? I think so. But we'll let the SEC decide that.